Hey,
What's up?
hey, there we go.
Uh,
Right.
All right, y'all.
Y'all,
So I'm
yeah.
guessing y'all we can hear, everybody can see. We in that thing.
We in this thing.
I got my red on, y'all.
Have my blue.
Well, I
King
did
of the nerves. Can't lie to nerves.
listen. I didn't pick a side because I have a surprise for you guys.
Here we
What?
go.
I didn't have you guys want y'all want to see my surprise.
Of course.
Yes.
So
Always.
I have with me today, everyone, Miss Sarah Fear's hand.
Yes.
Girl, you not gonna put that with the body? You better go put that with the body, girl.
Listen.
That's a cute idea, though.
I'm loving it. I wasn't ready.
Mhm. Girl, here talking about
Yes,
cheese.
we have to put her hand with the rest of her so that we can get her to rest.
Some
But
extra
let's kind
juice
of
to flow.
share with our audience the why is the hand important? Why that hand important?
Well, wait. Do they even know what we talking about, y'all? Y'all know what we talking about?
No, they
So,
don't.
if you
Then
guys
all
don't know,
happy.
while I'm sitting here waving around this hand, today we decided to jump on here um because of course, for the past 3 weeks Netflix has been um releasing their trilogy of their Fear Street movies. Um,
So good.
and this past Friday was the last one. And we did a poll on our Facebook page, Horror and Hooch Facebook group. If you're not in it, why are you not in it?
Why not?
They're doing that
Why
thing.
are you not in it? Why are you not in it? But if you're not in our Horror and Hooch Facebook group, we did a poll to see what uh, the audience would like us to kind of discuss for our next episode. And we did the majority of people chose The Conjuring, which was what the
Yeah.
episode that we recently released, but Fear Street came in second. And
We enjoy Fish Street.
and so being that it was, we just finished the trilogy, it did come in second, and we were excited about it too. We were all kind of big R.L. Stein fans growing up, so we said, hey, why not? Um, why not hop on here and kind of give
Different
you,
R.L. Stein though.
yeah, we,
Yeah.
Yeah. This was grown up RL. This one no
Yeah, this
goosebumps, baby.
I about to say he made this for us.
Definitely.
Like
so we kind of had to, we kind of wanted to give you guys our take on how we felt about it too, because he kind of broke it into um they did through kind of like a year span. They did like a 90s episode, late 70s, and then they took it back to like the 1600s to kind of tell this story of the curse of Fear Street. And just so happened the curse of Fear Street wasn't even a curse of Fear Street, and it wasn't even
no,
about Sarah. It wasn't even about Sarah.
not at all.
No.
I
Sarah
honestly
didn't even
like
do
how they
anything.
Spoiler
well, she
alert.
kind of
Don't watch
did,
this.
but she did. I'm about to say we can have spoilers all in this because I'm sorry I can't
Uh-huh.
tiptoe around
Yeah.
any
Nah, we gotta
details
talk
when
about
I'm
this one.
talking
So if
about
you
it.
ain't watch it, don't talk.
And that's why we put
Okay,
in the promo. I
um,
hope you caught up. Spoilers will be
please
in this
do.
post.
But you all like I really like how they tied in, like even though without saying it, I don't know where Fear Street is. I don't know the actual state they're
Hmm.
in, but they kind of tied in the witch trials and
Hmm.
kind of showed you how some individuals were being, called out as witches for things that just because the community didn't they weren't appeased by it or they didn't agree with it, so they judged that person. So I kind of like how they did that. With Fear Street all the way around, I enjoyed it because to me, it felt like a little piece and parodies of different like scary movies.
I caught that.
Like kind of like intertwined. Like I felt Jason all up through the
Look,
that camp.
them ghosts, when them ghosts was coming back, that's all I could think was Jason, Leatherface. I was seeing all of that in them different ghosts that was coming up.
Yes.
I kind of thought about y'all didn't think about 13 Ghosts?
When they was trapping them in them cages, that's a good one. I didn't think
with
about
the
that.
little boy with the bat. Hey,
He made me nervous, y'all. I ain't like his story. Why y'all
he was
sacrificing
the
the
scary
baby?
one. He was the scariest one to me. What was something else? I felt Jason again when they locked that girl in the bathroom, and I'm like, y'all know that's where the killers be going at. They go to them porta potties and stuff to kill them folks, and y'all got that girl locked up in that party.
And then they was typical horror movie on the campgrounds, getting it in, finna die every time you lay on your back.
I mean, smoking and everything. I'm like, yeah, dog, we ain't do this at 4-H camp.
I'm trying to tell you. And listen, these scenes was not teenage scenes. Let me tell you, they was getting it in. And I was like, oh, R.L. Style, what we watching?
That's
y'all
why you had to check on there at the R.
Right.
This was not Goosebumps, children.
This was not M, y'all. It was not mature. It was grown folks.
This was not Goosebumps.
It is. What was the rating on it though?
R.
Was it PG-13? Okay, it's R.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I'm about to say if he had that thing any PG something, now he wrong for that. That needs to be rated R so these parents can know that if they children are watching it, it ain't just blood and gore.
They finna get a surprise
it is not
tonight.
just gore.
Yeah.
I'm talking about they flipping salads and all.
The first episode there was wasn't the one two of the kids was drug dealers.
Listen,
I'm talking about selling them perks, girl. They had nicknames for them. But they were selling pills all up through there. If you ever paid attention, the only time they really wasn't selling drugs was in the 16th century one. But then the drunkard was the one that was an asshole. He was the one that
started in the 16th century. I'm convinced
they was doing them berries.
Was getting them high.
Man, them were mushrooms. I know they were supposed to be berries, but they were.
Everything.
But I didn't look at it like they was, they stole it from the little witchy lady, but it wasn't like they was selling them out. But you're right, they still showing that them teenagers get them hands on them drugs. That's all they're showing you, and that should be that's kind of like a sneak peek. Like, I'm gonna be honest, parents, if you're not up on what your kids are doing, I'm not saying your kids doing drugs, but they friends probably doing them.
They should probably know if they watched Euphoria, they would know. If y'all, this one,
I know I ain't say tossing salad. I said flipping salad. Okay, I said flipping salad.
She said salad. Okay, that's all I had to know.
I mean tossing. That's the regular. I said flipping because I wasn't prepared to see that. I flipped out. So flipping salad, baby. That's why I said it like.
What's in your cup today? Hold on.
I'm telling my husband, I'm telling him to fast forward, like press fast forward. He's like, why are you so uncomfortable with these sex scenes? I said, because they're teenagers, they're kids, they're not supposed to be having sex. Fast forward.
That reminds me of Riverdale. Did y'all watch Riverdale? Them young bucks was getting it in, and I was like, y'all some high schoolers. Why y'all got all this going on, spending the nights and whatnot? Yeah, I was uncomfortable with that.
Just a hunching.
And then waking up in the morning talking about, good morning, Mr. So-and-so. No, the hell you didn't good morning me at my house.
You probably still smell like sex. I don't get it. Now,
what was y'all's favorite episode? Well, I guess favorite installment from the trilogy. I liked the second one because there was a lot of Easter eggs in that one. It was a lot of Easter eggs from the when they went to the cave and they figured out that the nurse was the only reason she was trying to kill that boy was because she was trying to stop him from killing everybody else before everybody knew what was going on. They also had the Easter egg in there about they need to reunite the hand with the body. So I liked that Easter egg from the second one. I liked that they had in the second one, they showed how the sisters, that even though both of them were attacked, that one of them, she pretty much, it looked like she was brutally, looked like both of them were brutally murdered, but one of them
Yeah, he
just so
was,
happened,
girl. She was dead.
Yeah,
exactly,
she was dead.
she just so happened to had survived. It also introduced us to the police officer as a child, still trying to pretend like he just, I don't know what's going on,
Now I knew he knew what was
I
going on,
couldn't
I don't
and
know
see.
what
I
when
happened,
knew so.
everything
yeah,
ended.
you know.
Yeah, but here's the thing. That's why he was playing so dumb in the first
Mm-hmm.
one. Like in '94, I'm like, okay, why is he playing like he don't know what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like he knows something's going on. And I felt as though the reason why he was asking those questions, it wasn't to help. It was to be like, do they know what I got going on? Do they know it's me? Type deal,
Right,
right?
right.
He had when all that came together, and it was like he is part of the whole legacy and the lineage of that whole like devil worshiping. I felt so bad for the
Mm-hmm.
girl that was at the camp one. Like my favorite one is the second one, and my second
Mm-hmm.
favorite is the first. I kind of wish they showed the second one first and then went into '94, but I kind of get like why they did it the way they did. But
I like the order. I really like the order.
yeah, as I said, I see why they did it the way they did. So it's kind of like a going back and trying to piece things together, figure stuff out. But I don't like that sheriff, y'all.
No,
It was
no.
like, it's,
I
why
broke
is it
the girl
always
heart.
some rich colonizers at the end of every conspiracy against
You gotta ask
lower
why.
class lower class people? I'm like,
You gotta ask why.
why is
Like
this
they
a
ain't
shocker?
started.
Why is this a big shocker? At the end of the day.
I don't know. I felt like I, my favorite was three. Only because I liked getting the base of the story,
Mm-hmm.
and then I also like how they threw in like a lot of the modern day issues, but in the 1600s. Because you got the patriarchy going on with the men accusing the women because she didn't want you, bruh. So you mad you gonna go lie on her because she didn't want you, and then you got the whole
Right.
homosexuality thing going on with the homophobia and the parents talking about it was the devil. So
And the mass hysteria.
the mass hysteria. I like how they put in some of the same issues we were reflecting that's going on now in that era. But I also like when you came back in the '94 how it paralleled her story, the original story, with how they was escaping in the end. Because you show
Yeah.
how like old girl had to kick herself up from the bottom of the cabin. That's the same way old girl in '94 kicked up out the cavern when she ended up in the kitchen. So you could see them parallels to the story and how it keep replaying itself. So I like that part.
Ooh. I like how you tied that in, Desiree. So do you think that they even was trying to depict like the ancestors of the people in the town? That's why they kind of like.
Yeah, I think that's why they
I was
like
kind of feeling
paralleled
that.
everything that was going on because
Mm-hmm.
the girl liking old boy from the at the camp in '94. Well, Sarah Fears liked his great whoever granddaddy that was
Yeah, she
originally.
did like
So
him.
well, she was nice to him. That was her friend, but he wasn't her
Yeah, but
friend.
he loved her. He was so
Right,
mad. He was like, what
right.
if our audience members ask the question that is a good question. Like, who do y'all think took the book?
In the end,
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
who took it?
did he have a family? Because we end up in this big ass house at the
He
end,
ain't have
and
a turn.
we show the tree, the family lineage. So was it anybody else in his family?
I ain't never. Honestly, I never peeped any kids unless he had siblings. But did they show that? Like,
They did.
it kind of seemed like he was the only kid.
I don't remember them showing because his dad was dead when he was
Yeah.
in the camp. So I don't think he had maybe no siblings or nothing.
It had to
What if
be
it's
somebody from one of his descendants though, because I really feel like they were so protective of their, um it was almost like it was some kind of not Illuminati, but some kind of weird order of these,
Or of the goods.
yeah.
Oh, they told you what it was, girl. It was something like that. It
You know
was
what I
straight
mean?
up
So
our
there was
family. Our
somebody,
family is gonna get these riches because we've been sacrificing these people.
and
It
so
kind of reminds me of Cabin in the Woods.
yeah, so somebody from that town or from his lineage
Like
was
they'll
just like if I don't do this, we could lose everything. Like we could lose our status and we could lose our money. So
Ooh, that's a
somebody got to
good
go in here
theory.
and keep it. Somebody got to go in here and keep it going before we lose everything.
Hey, it could be the drunk person from the family lineage. I see that. But what if it's old girl from the camp that survived? What if she just was like, fuck it, fuck being,
Goody two shoe. I ain't gonna be scared
yeah,
no more.
yeah, and be like, I've already lost. What else can I lose? Like, she didn't have her sister. She didn't have anybody. She was she secluded herself. So what if it's her? What if that's her way of trying to have it all back?
Mm.
But you know what else? I don't know how he knew that the witch had the book in the first place. Because we see him stealing a book from the witch, but how did you know that ritual, that devil ritual was in her book? How did you know to go get it, where to find it? Like, was you
He
watching
could
the
have been
witch the
sleeping
whole
with that
time?
woman, girl.
Well, and
He
then
could
that's
have
my
been.
question. Why was he secluded from the town? Like, where'd you come from that you wasn't with the town
She was
people?
out. Yeah, she was outcasted. But here's the thing: the reason why they were outcasting her is because that she started mingling with the natives, the Native Americans that were in the area,
Not the
and
witch.
she
I'm
had.
talking about Mr. Solomon. Good. Why he was out there in the cut too? Because he wasn't part of the town. He was off in the cut too.
I'm just trying to make sure, girl, my mind, because I'm over here sipping too. So, are you asking about the sheriff, or are you saying his
No, his
ancestor?
So
ancestor
yeah,
in the
ancestor.
1600s. Why was he secluded from everybody else too?
Well, he probably was trying to hide who he really was because
Exactly.
he ended up
Exactly.
sacrificing his
Mhm.
family. That's why his wife was dead, his baby
Mhm.
was dead. They would nobody end up.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
just him. So he sacrificed his family
Mhm.
to get whatever he got from the devil. Because my thing is where did that first blood come from?
You right. You right.
That
Sure
wasn't
did.
just no
Mhm.
that wasn't just no goat. You know what I'm saying? So I feel as though he was off in them woods because he had already trying to, find some way of prosperity.
Mhm.
Ended up sacrificing his family, and he didn't have nobody else to sacrifice anymore. So he had to sacrifice the townspeople.
Mhm.
He ain't had nobody else
You right.
because he couldn't even produce crops or nothing. He was just out there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why was you out there, bro? What was you doing? Now, who was your favorite character out of the three episodes?
The little brother.
I can see that.
Yeah, like I love the way, like in '94, with him like doing his research, like he kind of already knew what time it was. You know what I'm saying? And then he
I
kind of
was
came out.
shocked he lived.
What? Girl, I knew he was gonna leave. He was the only one who
I'm
believed.
finna drink my drink.
I
He
was
had
so,
already died one time in 1666.
exactly.
Why can't he live in
I was
94?
so surprised that he survived.
I was not. I was
You
like, he
gonna
the
do
only
my
one that should live.
gonna do our black boy joy like that?
I
No,
was like,
ma'am.
what? I thought he was just like what. I'm like, he's really sliding through these
He
movies.
was smart. He was
Yeah, he
smart.
was the head. He knew what time it was. They asked him for game plans. Did y'all peep how they show the diversity of us black people? How you can have somebody as light, bright with curly hair and then have a dark skinned sibling?
And
Where
where the
was
hell
they
was they parents?
mama?
I don't know where their mom
Dad,
was, but their dad was working, right? Oh yeah, their mom was dead. And their dad was working
mama
because he
was
kept leaving the damn
yeah,
note.
dad was working and he was working like 2 or 3
Mm-hmm.
jobs and mom was not there. She had
Mm-hmm.
passed, I think. That's
Or
why
she
like the
left
sister
or
was always
something. I don't know.
something. She was non existent. How about that?
Cause I'm
Mhm.
like, these kids is raising theyself.
You know what? All these
But
kids was raising themselves when you think about it, because the girls, one of their parents left. Was it their dad that left their mom? And so the sisters at 94, because that's why they fell apart and were distant, because one of their
Yeah.
parents
And
ran off.
fussing.
And
Yeah.
then the sheriff in the end,
Yeah,
his dad
his
was
family was
dead.
all messed up.
Yeah,
Everybody's family was
everybody was
messed up.
single parent
Like,
household.
The kids that was
and
selling
then if you
drugs,
think
they didn't
about
have
it,
no money. That's why they was out there doing it.
yeah. But
Babysitting and selling drugs.
I want to say this part. And I mean, I wonder how y'all feel about it. But they make it seem like the curse is just in Shady's side. But I felt as though that the curse was all the way through there, from like Sunny, whatever it's called, Sunnydale,
Sunnyvale.
whatever, Sunnyvale.
Because they ain't never have no murders or nothing till they killed the boy, and then as soon as they walked out the door, but he got hit by the truck. That was the first murder in how many hundreds of years or whatever they said.
Yeah, and reason why I say that, I wanted to bring it around because it seemed like when it comes to this whole Sunny side or whatever, it was more so of their ancestors, like that were being kind of like, or their descendants that were being taken out. That's just how my view is. My head be all over the place, but I'm just saying, like, the sacrificial lambs were Shady side, and I felt like the revenge getting back were those people that did die from the Sunny side for Sarah, because Sarah really wasn't killing these people. I don't think y'all think she really was killing these people?
No, Sarah didn't kill nobody.
But she didn't, because that curse came from that lineage of that other family.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm saying, like, she didn't kill these people. So what if her revenge on trying to get things to be shown was the reason why those people from Sunnyside were dying? Like, those are the people that killed her, like her lineage. Kind of like, what scary movie?
But it was the people that was getting possessed by the devil's curse that was killing the folks. I thought those were the sacrifices. Like, he possessed that one person, and then that person always killed 7 or 8 as the sacrifices.
I thought the people that died was like, all of that was like sacrifice. That's not
like everybody that died. Okay. So like the person that got possessed would kill 7 folks and then kill themselves, so they was all sacrifices. But all of them was out of Shady side.
Dang. Y'all right. Nobody died on their side. I just wish they did.
That's why they kept saying that Shady side. That's why they kept saying that was the cursed town.
You see, it was the shade and the sun,
But they weren't the ones that were. But it wasn't Shady side that was cursed. Sunnyvale was that was part of their little cult. Yeah, they're packed with the devil.
That's why
that's what they had to do. Exactly, they had to do. That was their ritual. So Shady
to
side
keep
wasn't
everything
cursed.
Going.
It was a Sunnyvale ritual. And it just so happened that those people suffered because of that. They were sacrificed. That town wasn't they weren't cursed. They were just sacrificed for those people's benefit inside of their ritual.
I like how it all was pieced together. I was kind of nervous in the first one, even though I liked the fact that how they gave me like a throwback. I felt like I was a little kid again, like I'm going to the mall to take 10 and peppermint. Like, I just felt like I went back in time. But the acting wasn't all the way there for me, and I'm glad they picked up on the second and third.
Right, I was just gonna say the first movie had the worst acting. The second movie, because I think the second movie they chose better actors, especially like the little girl from Stranger Things. She was
who that is.
Max.
Girl, I kept looking at her in that red hair.
She was actually my favorite character. Yeah, she was my favorite character because she was she was all about standing up for herself. She was like, I'm gonna be who I am no matter what. I'm an advocate for myself. I don't have to like these people. I don't have to try to be somebody that I'm not. I'm not going to pretend to be like these people just for these people to like me. I don't care.
I was mad she didn't whoop nobody ass. I was waiting on her to get a hold of that girl.
she was their Seraphir. Like they
Yeah,
even was calling her a witch because she was different, you know.
And
I
she
was
and
waiting
she
That's
was
on
why
her to
I
different,
get a
and
was
she
hold of
didn't
that
want
girl to just.
and she didn't want to be like them,
yeah.
and that's the thing. And they didn't like the fact that she was okay with being who she was. Like, I don't have to be like you uppity people. Like, I like me, I like where I'm from, I don't have to be like y'all. And they didn't like that about her. They're like, why don't you want to conform?
But you see, they also addressed in
Mm-hmm.
'94 the sheriff as a child didn't really want to be a part of that shit his family was doing either. He was conflicted in '94, and
Yes, he
that's
was.
why he was helping her, and he still liked her in the end. When he saw her at the mall, he was like, "Damn, what you doing here? Like, I don't want to have to do this to you." But I feel
Mm-hmm.
like he did it because he had to. But deep down, I think he was conflicted the whole time. Like once he got grown,
Yeah.
you had done it, bro. You couldn't do you couldn't take it back. But as a child, he was like, I don't want to do some shit just because everybody else had to do it. Like, that ain't
Mm-hmm.
me.
I can see where you coming from with that because even in the end of was it 78? Like
Mhm.
if you look at the part where he revived her and was bringing
Right,
her back,
Mm-hmm.
he says, "You're not supposed to die. I
right,
am not gonna let you die," because he didn't aim for her to die. You get what I'm saying? There was already a certain amount of people that was out, and because they gave us these Easter eggs and told us this all along, all three, that if you had the blood of certain people that were aimed for, that those entities were coming for you.
right.
Because remember who was that somebody's blood was on them in '94.
The
Whose
first,
blood?
the first part of '94, the second part, because the second part it was the girl, the main character, the older sister. It was her blood that they were after.
Yeah, but that's when they figured out that you can use the blood to attract them. I'm talking about like the
Oh,
first
the first one.
person where
It was the other.
it was like blood on the shoe, blood on the. It was the girl.
It
It
was that.
was the little girlfriend. The
Mm-hmm.
little.
Yeah, Sam. I mean,
Okay,
not Sam. What was her name?
I can't remember, but the one from Sunnyvale that had
Mm-hmm.
switched over.
Mm-hmm.
So, what if that's why she was killed? You know, that or it came for her because she had the blood on her. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out why did he say that? Like, you're not supposed to die. I'm not gonna let you die.
Well, I think it's just because
When
he
he
really cared about her. Because he said, "I let a lot of other people die, but I'm not gonna let you die."
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, you realize he knew what was going on, and
he did say that.
yeah, he knew what was going. Because soon as she said it's real, he got angry about the face, and he was like, "These motherfuckers here!" Like he realized I can't care about her no more because she know.
He just stood there and looked at her with a straight face.
Yeah, and then he said something under his breath. He got mad.
I don't think she realized how strange he was. The whole time she kept saying, "You love the strange girl from Shady Side," not knowing that he was way more bizarre.
Yeah,
Way
yeah, oh
more.
yeah,
And that's probably why he was attracted to her. Because it was like, he's a kid. He's trying to figure out, like you said, he was conflicted. He didn't want to do this. So, like, he was attracted to her because she was like an outcast, too. Nobody knew, like, because he kept it on the inside, but he was an outcast.
right.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't fit in. He didn't even like. The thing is I wonder if he was conflicted because he didn't even like the people in Sunnyvale. And it's like he's saving them, kind of, you know?
Right.
Could be. Did they ever tell how his dad died?
You know they didn't. They never showed how his ancestors died either. And what if that's a part of it? What if they? What if it's like after so many years, you're
You
the
gonna die
devil take
anyway.
you out. The devil just take your soul anyway because he's
Mm-hmm.
like, come on, it's the devil. He never plays fair. You know what I mean?
Or maybe somebody from Shady Side always gets like that close to figuring it out, and something happens there. Like, it might be always somebody is like, I'm figuring this
I
out.
almost died. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And something
Mm.
happens with that.
I don't know. I enjoyed the whole series. I really did. I
It's
liked how they put it together. I liked how we backtracked through time and then jumped back into the present. I think that was my favorite part because I was like, oh, now we're going to put this shit together.
yeah, cause they had me
Mm-hmm.
confused, girl.
Yeah. I think the most
What?
confusing part was seeing those characters in the 66 and having to realize, like, you're living it through old girl's connection with Sarah Fierce, but she wasn't Sarah Fierce. Like, you had to be able to realize that Henry really wasn't her brother, and
Yeah.
it was really showing like the relationship and not the actual people. So I was like, wait, what the fuck going on?
It's kind of like when you have a dream and you're like living through somebody else's, you know, like for me, like if I have a dream, like I'm somebody else, but they're showing me, or how can I say it? Because I talked to K Bly about this. Say if I have a dream, like somebody's trying to show me something, I will
Ooh,
see my parents,
you've seen it.
but I can tell, yeah, like when yeah. So I can see my parents, but I know that's not my parents. It's like whatever the message is trying to be shown is like, hey, this happened within my family. You get what I'm saying? So I like the way they did that. That's kind of like how it goes with dreaming, you know,
Oh yeah, oh
like,
yeah.
yeah.
And in visions and premonitions in general, yeah.
What
Yes.
parts did you guys not enjoy about the series? You always have to get the good and the ugly. I know we talked about,
Do you really want me to
you know,
say
we
this?
talked about the acting in it, that was,
Yeah.
especially in that first one,
The first one was kind of slow too. Like I mean, it
where the
started off
acting.
with the death scene, but the storyline was so like, where we going with this?
I would say I could have did less teen angst.
Sex?
Well, that and the teen. I mean, I know how teens, they go through things and they be you know, moody and emotional and attitudes, but like, especially in the first, like, why does everybody like it, well, and some in the second one, like, why does everybody always have to have like such an attitude? Like, the teens were like so
The
teen
teenagers
That's
are
typical.
angst
assholes.
and
That's
moody
typical.
and
Assholes.
attitudey for the most part. But it's like it's like that's like the introduction of characters. It's always like this grunt and tooty, but like once you see their life is on the line, and then it's like you get a whole personality switch.
That's normal teenager though. I live with a 14-year-old. That's them all day long. You gotta reel them in. Ain't one
I'm,
enough parents to reel them in. They was doing shit on their own at camp. It was more
I'm just
teenagers and more teenagers.
I'm like, it's a lot of teen dialogue where I feel like they could have I
Delve
feel like
We
more
they
could
into
could
have
the
have
had some
I
characters.
feel
adults in
like they
there.
could have explored more of the story. Because I feel like if they would have took out a lot of the a lot more of the drama part, especially like with the whole
The girls.
the whole Sunnyvale shady side, that whole thing. If they would have took out some of that back and forth and attitude, and oh, we have more money than you, and oh, y'all are poor and cursed, I feel like
I
they
like to
could
show
have
the disparity in the towns.
done. But see, we already we got that though. Without, it's like some things you get without people having to, this, and here I guess this is a part of writing. Some things should be um
I get what you're saying. You should
covert
be able
instead
to
of
finesse it
overt,
in there. Yeah, yeah, I got you. I
without
got you.
somebody literally saying, oh, well, I live over here and I got more money than you. We know, we see your house, dude. We see the house. We see
You
your
wanted a
clothes
more
and we see your
mature
car.
and seasoned writer on that. You wanted some seasoned
So
writing.
like
You had
you don't have to like tell us what we see. You could have used that time in that dialogue and gave us some more of the stories of all them damn spirits that kept popping out like in 13 Ghosts. Like, give me some more of these backstories, because in those 30-45 seconds of y'all going back and forth about, I don't like this person, we used to date, we used to go together, we got more money. No, tell me some more about these damn Fear Street ghosts that's been haunting y'all's town. Because see, then we would have provided a little bit more Easter egg links into the damn curse. And that probably would have led people to kind of connect the dots a little bit more sooner. But y'all too busy worried about this back and forth drama when we could have been putting puzzle pieces together.
But I don't think the ghost was hunting the town. I only think that they came up because the kids were
They
getting
were
close to it.
slaves. They were slaves. Them poor ghosts were slaves, honey.
Well, not so much as like haunting, but the ghosts, the way that they came, like how they were showing the kid and the lady and all these, like they was giving like flashes of these ghosts, but like
Oh yeah, I get what you're
giving
saying.
us
They
a,
wasn't giving the whole
The
backstory of
story of
like,
like
why
tell
they
me a
got,
okay,
little bit
yeah.
how
more,
was the little boy before he became possessed, or how was the girl before she became possessed, type
because
deal.
exactly like giving us like the overt, giving us those stories would have gave us a little bit more pieces to those puzzles, and we could have been able to like kind of put those together a little bit, those Easter eggs more, instead of y'all sitting up here overtly talking about this unnecessary drama and these unnecessary dialogues and teen angst and storylines, when if you
I
would have
see
just
what you're saying
give us a little
because
bit more of the books.
the
Give us
only
the
one that we
books.
know that mattered, I mean, the only one we really know of why they picked who they picked was the campers. You know that he picked the little blonde boy
Because his
because they had beef. They didn't like each other. So you know that's why he chose him to curse. But for the other ones, why did you curse? Like, why'd you curse your firstborn? Where they do that at?
You see what I'm saying? Like we should have got. Give me some more. What's in the books?
I
What?
got
Give me
you.
some more. What R.L. Stein was writing, so that I can put the shit together. Give me some more of his story, because you can tell, you can clearly tell what part of the movies was R.L. Stein's literature, and what Netflix threw in there just for shits and giggles.
Shits and
I
giggles.
promise y'all, Netflix threw some of that stuff in there we talked about earlier, because you know they like to throw
All
a
of that
little leg.
smashing was Netflix. I don't remember R.L. Stein
Yes.
saying nothing about the smashing.
That was all.
Yeah, I know.
That
So
was all
did right,
Netflix.
what was one of yours? 'Cause I kind of want to go last.
What did I not like? Um, Even though we were there in the movie, it was just that one family.
Yeah,
It,
there
it
wasn't
could have,
even that many children, like students
yeah, I
that
feel like it
were.
could have been more diversity in the cast in general. Like it wasn't enough people. Um, you right. We need to figure out who the director was. You right. Um, but I feel
Cause
like you
I'm
focused in
sorry.
on just them characters, and we didn't get enough of everything else outside of those characters that created who they were. Like you told us snippets of old boy daddy died. You told us snippets of them
Mhm.
girls mama left, but we didn't get, like you said, enough of the story, but about the people that we
Mhm.
focusing on.
Exactly.
Not director was born in the
Thank
80s.
you, Sammy. That made sense because I'm gonna be honest with you. It was a lot of like scary movie parodies within it, and I agree with
That was on
Sammy,
purpose.
our audience member. Is I wish it was a little bit more original. Like I understand you want to pay homage to especially like our 80s scary movies, our slasher,
Mhm.
but I want something different. I thought maybe we could have got something tied with R.L. Stein, like one of the one. Hey, Damien, I'm sorry, I thought it was Sammy, but it's my other boo. Hey, Damien, but I really wish that he would have took something from Goosebumps that was kind of like one of those scary ones. Like for example, what's one of them? It was like one of the stories where your essence was being taken, and I can't remember which one it was. It was like she was putting on makeup or something, and it would like take away her essence. Like she would look older or either more like an ugly state. And I wish that they would have tied in one of those goosebump stories and like bring it into Fear Street and how it could be tied to Sunnyvale and Shady Side. That was what I would like. And then my second thing, and this is just me, I was pissed the TF off when they killed my homegirl on 94. The one that was actually falling in love with the little geek brother, and he put
Mhm.
her head in the meat grinder.
Mhm.
That hurt my feelings. I was like, little thugger gonna make it. She was thugging it out. I thought she was gonna make it, and that hurt my feelings. I'm gonna be honest. I love gore. I love blood. I love horror all the way. But they ain't had to kill her off.
I know. That's why I was just like, they was doing my homeboy so bad. They was doing my homeboy so bad.
But I mean, I enjoyed it. I was kind of shaky with 94, but then I was like, you know what? Who else putting stuff out there? Let's go ahead and give them a chance. Let's see what's going on, you know, especially with it being R.L. Stein having something to do with it. Let's give it a chance. So I really love how it picked up in 78, and then 1666 kind of like tied it all in. And like I said, my favorite thing overall is like how they depicted what we have going on now in society, showing how it was all the way back from like back in the day. It still was happening, but in a different way. So like, for an example, we still have that going on now. Say if there's a strong-minded female, okay, that is standing up for herself, for her society, or something is wrong, they get still pointed at and be like, oh, well, she's just a Karen. Or, oh, she's just, you get what I'm saying? We get called so many different things. Like, I'm going to be honest with you, like, even now.
Well, them
and
Karens do
K-Block,
be real, though. But think about it. But them, where did them Karens come from back in the day? Them same...
it was flipped. I'm sorry. The ones that were dying wasn't the Karens. The Karens was the one that was pointing fingers and behind people back. Them was the Karens. And I'm sorry, the F boys, because I don't like cussing on our stuff, but I'm gonna say it. But the fuck boys, they was back in the day too. How you gonna be mad because she don't want to see your little pecker, and so you gonna tell them that she a witch?
It's a witch because she don't want to date you. And then,
man, I had the same thing happen to me in high school, all because I ain't want to hunch this boy. He gonna go around talking about I'm this and I'm that, all because I don't want to be up on you. Come on, man.
Then put your name out there and you have a whole bad reputation.
Girl, you my witness. Like, even though I am from Dublin, you're from Dublin, but when you got to Savannah State, what did you hear about me? Right? You ain't got to say it, but what you hear about me? You probably heard she did this, she did that, all of this. But I'm going to be honest with you. What it has always been is that I'm different, okay? I'm different. A lot of people that are different, they had the same thing happen to them. They get outcasted. They get called all these different names, all because people are not able to, how can I say this? Accept what's different, okay? What's different is not always bad.
Or, I mean, think about it as ties to, think about even if you go back, think about going back to like days of colonization, when like how the oppression was there, but nobody wants to address the oppression. So if you have, so when you have oppressed this family, and so now, okay, you have kept this family's ancestors in captivity. They get free from captivity, but you still oppressing them by not allowing them to have a job. You don't allow them to vote. You don't allow them to own property. You don't allow them to go to certain, you don't allow them to go to certain schools. But then when their ancestors get to this certain spot, and then their children are demanding things, and then this other family whose family help, were the ones holding them captive, are complaining, why are they like this? Why do they do this? Why do they want that? But y'all don't see that you've oppressed this family for all these years, and now they're sick of it.
Yep. And that's exactly what it is.
They're sick of
like
it.
even within, I'm gonna be honest with you because I'm about to flip it, because me and you can relate to this because we are from the same area. Even with back home, okay, you know darn well that our town is full of followers.
Mm-hmm.
If you stand out any little bit, and it makes them feel some type of way, like D-Ray said earlier, they get insecure. And they make it seem like you're the issue because you don't align with what they have going on, not knowing that they are outcasting what is going to bring them out of the oppression that they're in. The reason why they're followers and the reason why they don't have their own identity is because they're kind of like, how can I say it? How can I say this? They're living and not existing.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel as though a lot of people who are existing and not living, they kind of have that little strike of jealousy within them that they will
Mm-hmm.
never admit to. So
Mm-hmm.
therefore, they're going to point out what they're not comfortable with. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
she's just happy-go-lucky all the time. Well, because I am happy. Or she's just this or he's just that. Why are you calling out what other people are doing in their lives? What are you doing to
But
have you feeling the way
exactly,
you
what
feel?
are you doing? And then who told you that you couldn't? Like this person, it might be free because that they have healed from the restraints of oppression and you haven't. So
And they can help you.
now they're happy and they're free. They're free and that they're comfortable. But you have chosen not and but who told you that you can't wear piercings? Who told you can't have tattoos? Who told you can't wear this color lipstick? Who told you can't wear these type of
Girl,
clothes?
who told you can't cut your hair?
Who told you can't cut your hair? Who told you can't believe in this type of spirituality? Who told you can't be friends with these type of people? Who told you that you had to eat this type of food? Who told you that you had to listen to this type of music? Like who told you
Who told
that?
you couldn't wear red fingernail polish and red lipstick?
Who told exactly? Who told you that? You have to go
And
back and
who is
say,
they?
who is they? Exactly. Who told you and who is they to you? And
God,
why would they tell you that? Why would they tell you that?
you
To
know,
to
I'm gonna be honest
oppress
with you.
you. To oppress
Yes,
you.
I am blessed.
To
I
oppress
say
you.
this. I am blessed to have been in the family that I'm in because my parents, they never hushed us up. That was a curse that they broke. That was
Mm-hmm.
like a cycle of things that they broke. So like we could voice how we felt about a situation, but it had to be very respectful.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to ask for permission.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So I appreciate that from my family. But when we got around other adults that would say things that were wrong, or they tried to get us to do something that didn't make any sense and that was wrong and that would waste our
Mm-hmm.
time, energy, whatever, and we corrected them, what did we get? Oh, them kids disrespectful. They don't know how to act.
But who told you that you had to act in this certain manner? Who is the they that told you
Who
you
is
had to
they?
act in that certain type of manner? Because you know what? A lot of these who's and these days and these certain kind of regulations and rules that are placed on us, that was through
Fear,
colonization. That through
fear.
colonization. Fear through colonization. And why are we still living in constraints through colonization? Because that was nothing but fear and oppression. So why are we still holding on to it?
God.
Why are we holding
And
on
I'm gonna
to
be
it?
like,
Be free.
and I'm kind of, and I don't want to feel like, and D Ray, we are preaching,
Mhm.
and I didn't want it to turn to this, but it's 2021, okay? I am done with the whole my people don't understand, they don't have the information. It is 2021. If you're not on this internet, if you're not on Google, if you're not in your library, if you're not sitting with your elders, you cannot be mad at anyone but yourself. Everything that you need, everything that you need to know, everything is at your fingertips. It is not like how it was for our ancestors. So if you have that feeling that is burning at the bottom of your feet or is burning in your gut that you need to know something, it's all out there, y'all. I don't know who I'm preaching to on this live, but I'm telling you, it is all out there. You want to know what tribe you come from, who your people in Africa? It's out there. They cannot, how can I say this? What is rightfully yours, they cannot take away. And I'm using the silly fingers. What is yours that you have been blessed with and the Creator has aligned for you, they cannot take away from you. And if you really want it, you can go out and you can find it because the Creator already laid it out there.
And you can't and stop hiding behind this. They said
They
said we can't, you can't do this, they can't do that, we shouldn't have, you shouldn't do, you should, because all of that stuff was formed around stuff that was meant to oppress us. Why are you holding it? Why are you holding on to stuff like that?
Amen. Now, can't lie. Now, you see how I will say this with Fear Street. I will say this. I love how they show that oppression with the lady in 1978 and 1666. They both were different. And the one from 1666, she had migrated and intertwined with the Native Americans, and her people had outcasted her because she learned how to heal. She learned how to heal.
Why do you think that was taken away from us?
Honey.
Why? They didn't want us to know how to heal ourselves. They're like, I'm going to make you sick physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And then take away your ability to heal yourself. That way, for generations, you will be sick physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally.
Oh, you'll stay the slave, but you'll stay their money, their income coming in. But I'm gonna say this one before I kind of want to end what I have to say. This is the age, and this is what I love about Fear Street, because it kind of shows getting out of that, figuring things out, putting the pieces together to see where the evil really comes from.
That part.
And this is the age, everyone. If you are really on your spiritual game, and I know I'm flipping this all the way around, but y'all should know Jade Astro by now. If you're really on your spiritual game, you can see what's going on right here and right now in this time. It is spiritual warfare. And if you don't know what to do, you better grab onto and you better go talk to somebody that is in your community and that you are closer with, that does have some type of common sense when it comes to spirituality. Okay? I'm not telling you who to believe in. That is your own personal choice, because that is religion. My concern is about your spirit.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Exactly. And you got to know. You need to know what some of this stuff is coming from. So you know who you are.
Please do, and know what you're contributing to your community. Are you actually helping out your community to come out of this, or are you contributing to them going back deeper in the hole? That part. What side are you playing? So that's what I take from Fear Street. Honestly, what side are you playing? Are you Sunnyville? Or are you Shady Side? Shady Side ain't so bad. Shady Side, yeah, we're a little cursed. But here's the thing. Once you figure it out, you straight.
That it ain't you.
Girl, don't let me keep going. I've been filled my cup back up, girl. Don't get me started. Shoot.
Thank you guys, because we learned a lot from Miss Sarah Fear here. That she really was, it wasn't even her, y'all. That's what happens when you go back and you learn yourself and your history. You really figure out something. You have to unlearn some things.
What's the truth?
You got to go back and learn the truth about what's really going on.
Girl, and then there's symbolism in being with the hand, girl. Lending a hand at the hip. Lord have mercy, girl. Get me out this live, girl. Get me out this live.
We gonna holler at y'all, because this was a little pop-up little thing we gave to y'all today. A little something.
Go watch Fear Street, y'all, and chime in if you haven't.
Comment.
Thank you,
let us know. Thank y'all for hopping in on us real quick, just to get our little, you know how we like do our little deep analysis and things.
Yeah,
so we
a little peekaboo.
A little deep analysis. But we will catch y'all next month, because we got a lot of good stuff planned for you guys for August. And thank you guys for popping in Sunday. We hope you enjoyed Fear Street and caught all of the Easter eggs that we did, and we will see y'all in August.
Bye.